Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Foxbody Garage. It is a hot, humid, Wednesday evening here in Michigan. It's been raining on and off for days. Cooler weather's right around the corner, but I did get a little time out in the shop today. Did some research, talked to some people about my power steering issue, how it dumped oil all over the garage floor. And from what we have come up with is, we did a deep dive into how power steering works. And the circumstances for my leak, I'll tell you a little bit about how that came to be. So the neighbor had some people out in their backyard, and they were out there in one evening. And the privacy fence over here, if you can see that, it's really close to the driveway. So I didn't want to disturb them, but I wanted to, mess around in the garage. So I pushed my car out, and in doing so, I just turned the key forward and cranked the wheel back and forth and moved it out. Well, little did I know that, I didn't even think about it really. Power steering pump has a one-way valve. It makes sense. You're pumping fluid one direction, and it has a return line, which is low pressure, no pressure really. Well, so if there's fluid in that line going to the piston, because basically you have a piston and you either energize one side or the other of that piston to make the power steering work. And you do that by turning it, and there's a worm gear and some kind of isolator valve which determines which piston or which side of the piston to pressurize. So by me cranking the wheel and trying to compress that fluid that's in there that can't go back into the pump, it basically had no place else to go but out the seal. So yeah, my leak was my fault. So this evening I got it down off of ramps. I put the boots back on, cleaned everything up down there. Well, kind of just wiped it down with a rag. And filled up the power steering. It took her for a ride. Everything was fine. It's not leaking. Power steering works great. So, yep, that was my fault. The other thing about the polishing of the aluminum that I screwed up with the Super Clean, I did see that Harbor Freight sells a polishing kit with like a bunch of little mandrels and some smaller wheels on arbors. Like wool wheels kind of thing, and then with some looks like 3 different kinds of jeweler's rouge for like $20. So I think I'm gonna try that. I mean, it's not like it's like life or death or something, but I want to get these. I'm just mad at myself for screwing them up. Everything looks so pretty, and then I screwed it up. So I want to get that going. I tried to go there today, but traffic was backed up for like a mile, and wife had something to do and we needed to eat dinner. There is that. So anyhow, what else going on with the car? I picked up these beauties here. You can see these here. These are stock Foxbody Springs. So what I'm thinking is taking the fronts and just lopping one coil off and sticking them on the front here, because this car is on a jack all the time. I'm just monkeying with it. That's why I built this car, is to monkey with. The white car that's the driver. We just drive that one. I don't want to mess with that one. This one is what I bought it for, was to mess with it. Built it. In fact, I'll put a picture. I just got a reminder on my Facebook of what this car looked like a year ago, and it's pretty amazing it's come this far. If you guys have been with me that long, since the beginning, it started out as a 4-cylinder automatic car that somebody started to do a V8 conversion on. So I thought that would be pretty easy. It's got most of the stuff there. Well, engine was bad, nothing was hooked up. Brakes were bad. I mean, everything needed to be replaced basically. And not having a parts car, how many little things can nickel and dime you. Luckily I have NPD just down the road, so that's just awesome. But thought that was neat. Like I said, I'll put up a couple pictures through here somewhere and see what it used to look like. But yeah, not a whole lot going on right now. Like I said before, I'm just trying to sell some parts, come up with some money. I have one door back here for a convertible, a rust-free door. It's a passenger side. I'd like to get rid of. It's just taking up room. And gosh, I think I'm pretty much out of parts I want to get rid of. I'm gonna have to start shopping Marketplace again, pick up on a new batch to cycle through. You know how it goes. You know, people just want to unload something cheap, and you know, I price things really fair. I mean, anyone that knows me knows that. But there's money to be had on some things, and if it's worth it, I'll pick it up. That and t-shirts and sweatshirt sales. You know, that's how this thing got built, pretty much, from your guys' support. So if anybody wants any of that stuff, I do have pretty much all sizes of t-shirts available, and I might be getting slim on sweatshirts, but I'm probably not going to do an order for more until I see some interest again this fall. Kind of waiting to do too many big things to the car until getting close to winter, when it's going over to my buddy Kevin's house. We got subframe connectors here, and what else? Oh, sway bars. I got sway bars because I do want it to be drivable. It's not just a straight line car. And what else is going to be? Oh, the springs would be good to go on at the same time. Oh, and I think I want to do ball joints on the front. Since I'm going to have all this stuff apart, I may as well get some ball joints. Or I saw Rock Auto has the whole control arm with new bushings and ball joint for like $60 or something, which is silly cheap. But once I get all that done and get it back home, I'll probably you know, wrap up the white car the best I can this winter, keep the dust out of it, and start doing body work on Calypso here. Unless I can big deal my buddy Kevin to do some body work. He did an awesome job on this hood. The other thing I want to do is, you know, my ride tonight, I was able to pay attention to my gauges a little bit better. I'm getting used to driving it, and you know, now that the clutch is adjusted better, the trans shifts easier, and it's not so much of a hassle to pay attention to my gauges. And watching my wideband, and it gets pretty fat. It got down to like 11 at wide open throttle, and it was definitely like a freight train behind it. Kind of like a, not black smoke, but there was some. It wasn't just tire smoke, I'm gonna tell you. But run's awesome. I want to mess around with the carb. I think I should go, you know, a couple sizes in the front, or down in the front, a couple sizes in the back, and the idle is still not right. I don't know what's going on there. Start it up and it's super lean. When it warms up, it's okay, but it kind of surges a little bit. So I don't know what's going on there. It needs some more adjustment. But all in all, yeah, she rips. She screams. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Really would like to get tailpipes out the back. If anybody's got some 3-inch tailpipes, I would love to get the exhaust out the back, because the turn downs under the car just aren't my deal. You know, it's just way too loud, way too much attention to the car, and you know, it just smells like, you get out of the car and you just smell like fumes. So I think that's about it for now. I just wanted to chat with you a bit, and you know, I also, you know, while I got you here, I'm going to talk about perspective, you know, life perspective, and priorities. You know, I'm very fortunate that my wife allows me encourages me to have my own hobby. You know, I did this when I worked on cars a lot when I was a kid, and then I got married to my first wife, and wasn't allowed to do this anymore. You know, and then the family came in, and it wasn't until I got remarried years later that you know, you kind of find yourself again sometimes, you know, and you get to do things that you love to do because you're a lot pickier the second time. And you know, making yourself happy is really important. You know, you got to take care of your family and all that. Don't get me wrong, but nobody else is responsible for making you happy other than you. So remember that. You know, we had a couple deaths at work in the past week, which kind of caught me off guard today and got me thinking how fortunate I am to not only have found happiness and love again, but to be able to be me again. I'm very fortunate, and you know, I thank the Lord for that, because you know, I don't believe in chance. You know, there was a reason for us. But you know, don't lose sight on what's really important in life. You know, friends, family, and yourself. You know, you need to make yourself happy. So, all right, that's enough of me rambling. If any of you guys would like to purchase any swag, let me know. Like I said, I do have some. Please like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.